Hello, beautiful strangers, and welcome back to another episode of Myth. When last we left off, mouth. Her mouth, her face, it was completely different. Yeah, you know, that whole thing. Weirdness abound. Yeah, I've got nothing interesting to say, so let's get back into it, shall we? Cat, what are you doing? You know what? I don't care. You're pretty late. Edogawa was smoking in front of the entrance to the police department. Sorry. I was about to say more, but didn't. A flurry of emotions were halting my speech. Well, let's go. Huh? What are you doing? Edogawa started walking away from the department. Kinda cramped in here, you know? I got permission to talk somewhere better. Now then, after walking some ways, we arrived at a manga cafe on the outskirts of town. What's wrong? Edogawa asked me. Probably went without saying. Well, let's go in. I did. Yes, you're in a mood, aren't you? Yes, I can tell. Maybe we can share a room while we're here. What could he have been thinking? I've got orders to send the report by PC, you see. So that's why we're here at a manga cafe? Because the internet's here? Not a bad place to relax either, is it? Edogawa jokingly laughed. Now, let me pull up everything I wanted to ask. Edogawa inserted an FD, into the PC, upon which began reading its data. An FD, I'm going to guess that's going to be shorthand for flash drive and is trying to make itself sound fancy. What appeared was set up in the form of a questionnaire. That was probably the sort of investigation this was. Edogawa double-clicked the text file from off the FD. I took a brief look at what was written in it. Don't talk. We're being monitored. That sentence written right up at the top couldn't have been there by accident. 2016, by the way. Welp, let's start the investigation. Just involves filling in this questionnaire, though. The report Edogawa directed me to already had the answers filled out. They were all safe answers. As I read over it, Edogawa typed. First stop is the type of crime. Respond with the answers I'm providing. If you want to say something else, type it. It was around 7 p.m., I believe. I typed the following question myself. What's going on? Who's monitoring us? You see, around 7 p.m. Got it. Higher-ups from the police. Seems like you made some dangerous enemies. What are you doing? Yes, I remember the time being reported on TV. I'm pretty confident that's when it was. Yes, we'll play when I finish recording. Yes, I know. You want to play and have all kinds of attention. Pretty confident. I tried looking into Yuki. Then I learned something interesting. Anything you can offer about the culprit? What? Yes, he was a man around 30, I would say. Nobody's seen Yuki since your incident. Remember seeing his face? No. Oh, I see. Why's that? Hasn't anyone requested a search? Has there been any investigation at all? What was he wearing? A gray sweatshirt and jeans, though I only vaguely remember. None. In fact, on paper, she's not considered missing. I think he was wearing a white knitted cap, too. What's that mean? The person with the PN Yukihime is still living her life as normal. But that person's not the Yukihime we know. Did he run immediately afterwards? Is it an imposter? What reason could anyone have to do that? Yes, as I recall. Remember the case with PN Oz? A few months before the incident, that guy joined a cult. Hoinkyo. I took the keyboard from Edogawa and wrote the response in. Right. Probably the ones who pushed those two to do what they did. Was anything out of place when you returned home? No. Hoinkyo has power to silence the police? Dunno. Not like I could know. A normal cop like me had enough trouble finding out about Yukihime as a different person. So he didn't steal anything. What an unusual case. Maybe it was the work of a madman. Come to think of it, he was acting a bit odd. Oh, thanks for the info. One thing I can say is that you've stepped foot into something incredibly dangerous territory. It could cost you your life. Now, let's put all this testimony together. Hiro, run away to somewhere safe. Where would safe be? How should I know? Somewhere other than your house or workplace, maybe? I have to get back to work tomorrow, though. You want to die? Still no proof I'll die. Edogawa sighed. I offered some supplementary words as well. I'll leave outside business to my assistant for a while. In the afternoon, I'll be in the apartment, stay in a hotel or something. I really suggest you go somewhere far away. My office is safe enough. I'll have to work for my living expenses or I'll die anyway. I'll provide for you. Yeah, let's get married. Are you done questioning me now? If you are, I'd like to go back to my office. I asked Edogawa. Sure, by all means. You could probably tell I wouldn't have any jokes to make. Edogawa said simply that, and then deleted the top part of the text record and saved the file. Meto? Someone was calling for me. The haze over my consciousness began to fade away as I listened to that voice along with a loud ringing of a bell. Meto, get up. I opened my eyes. My mom was shaking me. It's time to get up already? You heard the alarm, right? You'll be late for school if you don't get ready soon. All right, thanks. My mom went back downstairs after that. I couldn't just sit around in bed. I had to get ready or else I'd be late. I'm leaving. All right, be careful. Yawn. I left after I had breakfast. The scenery was the same as always as I headed down the road I took to school. There was an elderly person taking a walk, a young housewife taking her kid to the park, an office worker headed for the station just like I was. Everyone had their own respective destinations in mind as they walked down this road. I felt kind of silly for thinking that. But it was those sort of thoughts that gave warmth to the scenery and made these long, similar days easier. Meto? heard someone's voice I recognized calling for me in front of the overpass. Hey, good morning. Masahide Oshiro, my classmate. We usually met up around here because his house was close to mine. Sup, dude? Did you think I was telling you about did you think about what I was telling you about the other day? Bleh. You're wasting no time cutting it straight to the chase. What was it? Don't be dumb. The meetup we were supposed to go to. Oh, that. That roused my memories. Masahide said he was going to introduce a girl to me at some point. Apparently, Masahide's girlfriend was also a fan of an indie band I liked. It was hard to find people who liked indie bands like that. And plus, she was a girl who was into that same band. Of course, the busybody Masahide was going to try to make something happen. Hold on. Oh, yeah, Masahide's girlfriend's friend. Got it. I'm an idiot. Got it. Makes more sense now. His girlfriend and he seemed to think that we'd get along, so they wanted to do this meetup so I could meet this Yamagami girl. Honestly, it was less of a meetup and more of a double date. I'll pass. I told Masahide I wasn't going to. Why not? I'm not interested. Whoa, better keep my eye out for my pooper. Not that. We're supposed to be studying for exams, aren't we? Oh, that. Yes, that. I tried to make up some excuse. That did actually make sense, but I really didn't care about exams to begin with. What a sad tale, though. 18-year-old guy spending his final winter in high school just studying for exams. That sucks, grumble. My final winter in high school. At least let loose for a bit, for winter, I'll think about it. Do it. Studying's for losers anyway. This is more important than that crap. And the people saying that will surely regret their decisions in the future. Be sure to write that down. We were given a printout during homework. It was one of those printouts for putting down what you wanted to do after high school. I gazed at the blank paper. You finished already, Meito? Yeah, I keep yawning. Masahide suddenly spoke up. Cut it out, you've got no tact. Takanobu Shibayama, our class rep, collected the printouts that other students already completed. Isn't this just a waste of paper? I write down what I want to do if it's actually going to come true. Better gather the 7 Dragon Balls. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, you're the kind of guy who'd say a report on the national budget is just a waste of paper. I gazed at the two of them as they talked. Meito, are you at a loss? Takanobu spoke to me. I guess he realized I didn't know what to write. Yeah. Look, I don't want to advocate what Masahide is saying, but he's not entirely wrong. Don't overthink it. Alright. Thanks. I didn't end up writing anything. During class, I felt my phone vibrate a number of times in my pocket as I was taking notes. 1, 2, 3 times. Someone must have texted me. I hid my cell phone under my desk so that the teacher wouldn't see it and looked. In high school, I always wore a hoodie because my school is cold in a lot of places and because I like wearing sleeves if I can. I would even do it during the summer, although I didn't go to summer school, but like during the late fall and very beginning of summer, seasonally, and at the end of summer, seasonally. But what I would do is, I think for the first portion of high school, I had a flip phone, because this was like the tail end. Smartphones existed, but they weren't super common quite yet, and they were kind of expensive. And I'm the type of person that will use something until I can't really use it anymore, until I don't have another option. But I would be able to take my phone out, hide it in the sleeve of my my hoodie so that I can just kind of look at it. And it looks like I'm looking at my fingernails or my hand or something. And then I could text and reply without looking at it because it had a number pad and it had raised numbers. And they were raised in a way, I don't remember exactly how. I think it was the spaces between the numbers were raised and like the number 5 was raised. But the other numbers weren't. And you could tell where you were in kind of relation to that or something. I don't quite remember. But yeah, I could do that. And then when I got a smartphone, it wasn't quite as easy, but I could do basically the same thing by holding it in my sleeve, but kind of out a little bit so I could see the very edge of it. And I just kind of basically texted sideways. I would have rotation turned off so it was, not, it doesn't matter. I'm rambling. Memories and all of that. Hey ho, sorry to bug you while you're in school. Could you come by the factory today? Ryoko. Right. Ryoko. For some reason, my mind immediately went to Code Lyoko. And no, that's not right. I guess I'm more out of it than I thought. My final winter as a high school student. Should I really let loose and try out this love stuff? Shopping again? Well, whatever. I'll head out to factory whenever I'm out of school? I don't think that sort of thing suits me. I miss when emojis were text. Or like when you use text for not emojis. They weren't fucking called emojis. I don't really like emojis. At times I would go out of my way to say I hate emojis. But yeah, I miss whenever they were text like that. It was so much more interesting, so much more creative. Let me put on my boomer hat and I'm kidding. I don't know. There's something about the text emojis like that, and text faces and shit that it hits different. It's just, I don't know. It's just a little bit of charm and a creativity involved to try to get the correct character in the correct way and blah, 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 blah. And sometimes it would look correct on your phone, but you would send it to somebody that didn't look quite right. Because like this kerning on their phones are different, or the font is a bit different. And it was fun. I miss that. I actually still, if I am able to, I actually typically use text still instead of emojis. Anyway. Classes soon came to an end. When I head to the arcade, Masahide asked me the same thing he always did after class, but I shook my head. Arcades are weird to me. I've been playing video games all of my life. I like that being my main hobby, including now. I mean, fuck, I spent all day modding and then playing. I spent all day yesterday modding Skyrim and then early this afternoon modding Skyrim and fucking playing it. We need to talk about that. I haven't played Skyrim in years, and I'm developing another Skyrim. I haven't played Skyrim since the special edition came out. I haven't played Skyrim since the Legendary Edition came out. I think I've not touched the game at all since like 2014. Anyway, I've never been a fan of arcades. Part of it is paying to play the game every time you want to play. I don't know. I think it's just because I'm a story person. Yeah, anyway. Sorry, I'm going to pass on that today. It's rare for you to turn down an invitation. Takanobu spoke up beside us. Just not today. Gonna see some chick? No. I stuttered. I wasn't expecting that. Masahide caught onto that, though, and immediately began to tease me. No wonder you turned down that double date. I'm telling you, it's not like that. She's just some girl who works at my dad's factory. How old is she? 24. Whoa, so she's older. I'm gonna hit you. Oh no, I'm shaking in my boots. Takanobu finally stepped in. Just let me deal with Masahide. I'll beat his ass in some fighting game. What would be in 2000, what was this, 2002? Or was it 2003? It doesn't matter. What would be a popular fighting game in XD. Tekken and Street Fighter probably was Virtua Fighter or Virtual Fighter or either or. Would those have been popular at this point in arcades? I know Marvel vs. Capcom was at one point, but I don't remember when that. I don't remember. I don't play fighting games. I look like somebody with skills. Fuck no. You said it now. Studying aside ain't gonna let you get the best of me in video games or computer stuff. I'll prove to you that I'm superior to you in all respects. See you later, Mato. See ya. I bid them farewell as they screwed around. Movement. Unsure how to feel, I walked through Shinjuku at night. What a horrible day. Too much happened. You're clearly flustered. There's no way you can decide what's right or wrong like this. Don't talk. We're being monitored. Just what did I do? I was just working like normal when Yukihime attacked me. I was hospitalized, reunited with Meito, and on top of that, I've been marked by the police. I didn't even feel like real life, more like a manga or something. Honestly, I wish that were all it was. I wanted to go back to just being a lawyer. I wanted things to be easier. Why was I so selfish? Please state your PN. PN 163461535541. Hiro. Welcome back, Chief. Maybe that's why I wanted to go back to this office so much. It was the workplace and castle I built for myself. Nobody could bother me here. Not him or anyone else. Clink. It was where, jeez, I could relax. Stop. I'm exhausted. No more. Please. Cut it with the jokes. Quite a welcoming party, Kimuri. I've already had enough surprises. Could you wipe that blood off? And raise your smashed-in head? Please. Please say something. Please. I'm telling you. Please. I'm not going to scream into the microphone. I screamed like this before. Back when I was still in high school, there was something very, very similar that happened. I hadn't changed at all. Once I came to that realization, I almost felt scornful. Of all times, when I'm seeing something like this, when I'm smelling something this awful, how dumb am I? Yeah, I'm not going to yell into the microphone. There was some calm somewhere in my heart. It made me waste my time in situations like these by consciously changing my screaming. Yeah. I was able to keep my composure somehow, but there was a reason for that. I was waiting for the drama to unfold. It was beginning to get noisy outside. Finally, someone came. Now, I could not scream, and I could pass that off as just a bit of stress relief. Sirens. It was the cops who'd arrived. The room had an auto lock. Inside it are Kimuri, who's lying down dead, and me. It was a perfect closed room situation. An unpleasant premonition assailed me. Could someone have set me up? Something like this could have happened otherwise. Why else would anyone kill Kimurti in the first place? Looking at the corpse, there was no hint of it being a suicide. It's natural to assume he was murdered. But by who? Why? I should stop. This wasn't the time to think about this. I had to escape. There's no way I'd let the culprit have their way with me. I headed for the door. Smash. I thought it was only in my head at first. I'd often hear strange noises after I took medication. But I was wrong, because someone's voice came along with it. Not a smart choice. The man neatly stepped around the scattered fragments as he kept talking. Running away while it's still a closed room would just be doing what they want. Why are you here? Couldn't wait for tomorrow. It's happening sooner than I expected. Meito said gravely. Actually, I've been following you around all day. Could go in the manga cafe though. Don't have much to spend. That's pretty sick. Saved you, didn't I? That was admittedly true. Come on, let's go. Meito and I escaped out the back door. And this is where I'm going to end this episode. Someone's dream to pantheism? Is that spelled correctly for pantheism, as in like multiple, worshipping any day? Let's look that up. To end off this episode, I'm curious as to the definition. Doctrine which identifies God with the universe or regards the worship as a manifestation of God. Worship that admits or tolerates all gods. Yeah, that's sort of what I assumed it was. Yeah, interesting. Things don't seem to be going well for, past something, question mark? Yuri? The whole seems like her partner is dead and it looks like she's being framed for murder, but, we won't think about that too much, shall we? Because thinking about that is for next time, and I hope to see you all there.